Today we're taking a look at Auxo 3. If you used Auxo 2 for iOS 7 earlier this year, then you're gonna be pretty familiar with the basic premise of Auxo 3 for right now for iOS 8. And it's still comprised of three main components. That first one being multi-center, where you can slide up or double click the home button to view your apps in a really nice way like this. You get toggles, settings, media controls, and also quick launch like flashlight, clock, all that good stuff. Now, if you're in an app and you want to switch to a different app very quickly without even launching up the multi-center, it's called the quick switcher, and you can pull up from the bottom left corner and then quickly slide to the left or the right, just like that. And for example, I can go to the App Store or go to the Health app or go to whatever app. Any of the 6 most recently used from your app switcher will be present in the quick switcher. And as you can see, just swipe up from the bottom left, go from the left or right, and then you're ready in a different app. Probably my favorite feature just because it's so easy and kind of fun to switch apps. After that, you finally got hot corners, which allows you to put your finger in the bottom right corner of the screen, and just like that, you can close out of an app. Keep in mind that you'll be able to completely take advantage of all of these features without even pressing the home button one time during the process. Now that was pretty much a quick recap of what we saw last year with Auxo 2, and those are the main 3 components yet again of Auxo 3, but there's a ton of new stuff sprinkled in between here, and a lot of it is hidden, but a lot of it is extremely useful. So we're going to jump into that right now. There's an option under Advanced Options called Reachable Display, and this is really useful if you've got one of the new larger iPhone 6s or iPhone 6 Pluses. If we have Reachable Display turned on, the toggles are now easily located at the bottom of the screen just above the media controls. But if we actually turn Reachable Display off, which you can if you choose to, I'm definitely going to be leaving it on for the time being. Your toggles like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Do Not Disturb, all the good ones that you normally know from Control Center, will be moved up to the top of your screen. And that's how it was laid out in Auxo 2. However, a lot of people in general got the new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, and from using it right now, you can see you gotta stretch those fingers to touch the toggles at the top. I mean, it's almost to the point where it's kind of painful. Of course, if you're on a smaller device like the iPhone 4S, iPhone 5, and even the iPhone 5S or 5C, you might not need Reachable Display turned on, but for bigger iPhone users, especially us new iPhone 6 and 6 Plusers, you're probably gonna have Reachable Display turned on 90% of the time, or probably even higher for a lot of us. Next up, there's actually another new feature tailoring to people with bigger screens, or maybe just making it easier to pull down an app card in general. If I want to make settings go back to full screen, before I'd have to only pull down on the card or tap on the card. But now with Auxo 3, I can see, or I should show you where I'm going to tap first, in the space between the settings icon and your toggles like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Do Not Disturb, you can now place your finger and slide down just like that. So if you don't want to stretch up a little bit higher, just see that little space, swipe down there, and it's just as easy as that. Minimal display is a feature that will probably be enabled by default when you download Auxo 2, or Auxo 3 I should say, later today. If you slide up to get back to the multi-center, you can see that this is how you've seen it the entire video so far. And I actually really like the way that that looks. If you turn minimal display off, you can see that you've got another little row of toggles down below. But one thing that is extremely awesome with minimal display on is that you can take pretty much full advantage of the new dynamic multi-center. And what I mean by this is, you know how you saw those quick launch toggles for flashlight, clocks, all that good stuff down there? If you actually slide your finger up on the media controls, you can show them just like that. Of course, you can hide the quick launch apps again by simply swiping back down on your media controls. Speaking of your media controls, watch what happens if you tap on the volume or brightness sliders. I'm going to start with brightness first, and by a single tap of the middle of the circle, you can see that on the fly you can switch auto brightness from being on to auto brightness being off. Look at that. Once again, this is a single tap in the middle of the circle. One tap, auto brightness on, another tap, auto brightness will be disabled. Just like that. Now, in all honesty, sometimes I miss the inside of the circle and I'll end up turning down my brightness incidentally, but for what it is, the feature's really cool that it's there. And actually, I like the volume sliders feature better because I can go from adjusting my volume, just like this, to changing the loudness of my ringer, just like that. This is an awesome feature. Once again, it's really hidden within the multi-center, but it's cool that it's there because there's so many times where I want to just adjust volume and just adjust ringer, and now I can do it from my application switcher. Bringing a close to the end of the features here, there's one more under advanced options called access home screen. This is going to allow us that while we're in an application, instead of having to use only the bottom right corner to exit out of the app, we can actually do a left and then a left again to go back to the home screen. And I'll show you that just one more time. You can actually go back to the home screen from the quick switcher now with the access home screen toggle enabled. Just slide up and move your finger to the left, and just like that, guys, you can go back to the home screen. And these are all the features that are new here with Auxo 3. I apologize if I missed a super small one here and there, but I'm going to close the video saying you've seen everything I can say about Auxo 3. It's fast, it's sleek, and it's awesome. Nothing else I can say to you at this point is going to change your opinion of whether you like Auxo 3 or you dislike it. What I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to be leaving this tweak on my device until the day iOS 9 comes out, or the day I forcibly have to unjailbreak iOS 8. That's when this tweak will be gone on my device. I will be using it every day. You will see it in videos throughout the next year or till iOS 9 comes out, I assure you. I love Auxo 3, and if you enjoy it, I highly encourage you to pick it up actually right now on the BigBoss repo. It just went live a few minutes ago, and since it took me a long time to put together the audio for this video, I just wanted to let you guys know that it's live now on the BigBoss repo for sure. You can download it for 99 cents if you purchased Auxo 1 or 2, or you can buy it for the first time if you've never bought a version of Auxo before for $2.99, and with that $2.99, you'll get Auxo 3, Auxo 2, and Auxo for iOS 5 and 6. So it's a pretty good deal if you've never bought Auxo before. You'll get 3 packages for $3. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and of course subscribe for more content on future jailbreaks, tweaks, themes, all that good stuff. This has been Sam with iUpdateOS, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.